Hello everybody and welcome back to the final 40 minutes or so that we play in this. So, let's go. How do you, Entourage and Cattle, handle the fact that your ship is on is grounded, it's on lockdown. It cannot leave
Entourage
without effort.
just, you know that gif from Battlestar Galactica? Just like why isn't it working? Just mashes buttons.
Yep.
She does not computer, and she has to be computer right now because she was the engineering officer for a period of time. So she just tries to do things but can't.
The thing is, like, the stuff you were doing before required a wrench. This requires code. Entourage doesn't
Cattle
code.
just swears in Solarian for a good minute or so, and then just mutters something about people not listening to the plan, and then goes, Tremi, is there any way we can decouple this?
She's like, you'd have to break through their firewalls, you have to give it the release commands, then there's the issue of the fact that they could potentially shoot down the ship, so you have to change the IFF. Most of that stuff needs to be done from the inside, unless you have some sort of device that can manipulate that stuff from afar. You need a hard line in to even try to hack those programs, so probably not.
Not gonna fucking happen. Got it. I'm gonna need.
For the record, you do have a device that can hack from here. You have.
Yeah, but it's
Hearing
still.
this conversation, Entourage will
Still
stand
sounds
up, turn around, is like, I'm getting off the Citadel. I have very little time left. You can sort this out. It'll take too long. I'm going to leave.
We'll hotwire it. Grab out the black slab. We're gonna give this a crack.
She'll like stay there when he's doing it, but it is like on the tool, like looking up like fucking people to Uber out of the planet. And then at this point, it doesn't even care when. Just away as soon as possible. Few questions asked.
Okay.
Cattle would mention to her that he would prefer that he look for or Tremi rather, because Tremi's not really going to be doing anything for the upcoming moment. That she look for an escape route for me and her, in case things go south, because this might go south. I don't think they appreciate it when we hack into their firewalls and stuff.
You're gonna need to do your first check, sir, to just try to get past the firewall.
Right? Can I apply Omnigel to this in any way?
I mean, Omnigel is for like a physical thing, not really like when you're handling like, because you're doing this remote, you can't really do it. You're not handling like actual physical stuff.
Yeah, it's worth a try. Alright, any modifiers? I imagine it's going to be a -2 or -3.
I'm just gonna increase the DC.
That's fine. Because I rolled a 12.
Okay, well then, you were actually able to get through the initial firewalls, but now you have to actually like handle the other 3 tasks. So the initial firewalls of the lockdown, you're able to get through. Now you have to actually have it release your vessel.
Right. Going once, going twice. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. That perfectly that releases your vessel. Like, we're talking just instantaneous. Release your vessel. But more than that, you actually found like the release like trigger, and then you found like a bit of code, like a little snippet of code that you can manipulate to release all the ships at the same time. It's up to you. Your ship or all the ships.
Let's cause some havoc. All the ships.
Okay. Click. All of a sudden, all the ships are released and start like, you know, because it's not like they just go and like careening all over the place, but they do start kind of like floating up a little bit and moving off. Any one of them that have their engines turned on, it causes them to actually move around a little bit. Some of them actually, because of like stabilizers and whatnot they have built into them, will stay perfectly still, you know, but you do cause the entire area to start kind of like drifting and moving, and a whole bunch of people reacting like oh shit, oh no, what's going on, like all the people start reacting. So in case there were any CSOC officers that were actually on their way here, now they have to deal with chaos of people. Okay, that's task 2. Very good job, Rick. Next is your task of getting through the firewall of the IFF.
Third time's a charm.
Okay, so you're able to break through the firewall of the IFF to make sure that they you can actually start trying to manipulate their programs. And can you actually stop their computer from blowing you up as you try to fly away?
I'm gonna use a party point of luck for this because, I've been bullshitting it so far, but I want to actually get out of here.
Okay, so it's a good thing you did that. You are able to manipulate the IFF so that it is not going to attack your ship as you're flying out of here. This whole while, this wasn't like it took like 10 seconds, you know what I mean? This took several minutes, but it's like, and like Entree is literally like, nope, I'm out, and starts to get starts to grab her stuff to run up the door to go find, like, she found another flight, she's good, but they're like, no, I'm through the firewall, and she kind of like, it's like against her better judgment, but she like stops and like looks back like, and she's like, no, I really should go. And as she's starting to turn, all of a sudden you just kind of give like one of your cattle laughs and like, and you press, and all of a sudden like your ship comes free. But at the same time, Tremi's like, you did it. Wait, holy shit. What the hell happened? Every ship was released. And then that's when like Entree can kind of like realize like Cattle's like really fucking with shit, and you start to like regain her like trust in the scenario. Obviously the door automatically locks because of just safety procedures that you'd have to override. And then, that's when he starts like saying like, Tremi, get us ready, as he like is in the zone and sitting there and hammering away at it. And then like as he like gets through the final firewall and his like hand is starting to cramp because of how quickly he's like hammering on this thing with one hand coding, that's when he kind of like he's been making his way over to his room, opens up the door in his room, reaches in, grabs like a chip, like a little tidbit of code that he's been waiting to use. It's like a one-time burner, because then people would of course be able to pick up the virus, and then pops it in there and like releases it, and that's when he's able to break through the final to scramble the IFF, and just turns it so all the IFFs, it sees everybody in the area is friendly right now, so that of course affects you. And so we're good. And then Tremi turns and starts to pilot the fluff out of there. So Tremi's piloting check, let's just do that really quickly.
And she gets 2 nat 1s.
And then we still
Crashes
die.
into another ship.
No, doesn't she auto-succeed anything that's a 10 or less? Yes. Oh, that's just FTL jumps. That she automatically uses Starfare. So, 1 second. So that's there. And her pilot check is made using what skill again? Intelligence. There we go. And then she gets an additional +1 because she's in the ship. Intelligence with a +1. Go. Okay. And is able to quickly maneuver and get out of here as quickly as possible, careening her way over to the the mass relay to make sure that you guys can get out of there. From the Serpentine Nebula, where is it that you guys would like to go? In case you don't remember what all of this looks like, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to throw this over here for you to see. This might fuck with things for a second.
Quickest, safest place. Somewhere I would have known to go, I guess.
Yeah. That's you guys can see the options there, of course. Where is it that you would like to any plans, anything that you'd like to go anywhere?
I guess Athena Nebula, right? That would be the direction I would point.
Sure, I believe that's where
your
your
homeland.
Yep, sorry, homeland. Yep. So you'd want to go over to the Athena Nebula. I know it looks a little funny on stream because I have the colors being faded out or whatever, but the Athena Nebula would be this one right here. And so you just kind of like jump to go head that way straight to the Asari homeland. Awesome. Cool. So we will do that and have you head that way. And so you're over in the Athena Nebula, where it's nice and safe for you. And you're able to blast there nice and easily. Of course,
the plan that I had that dropped me off somewhere and then go back doesn't work now that our ship was made. So go ahead, Cattle. Solve that problem.
I mean, I don't fucking know anymore. Everyone's just been like, hey, we've got a nice plan, let's fuck with it.
I didn't try to be a terrorist.
Oh no, I'm not saying you. It's just I don't know anymore at this point. The two people that were like, "Oh yeah, we'll man the drills. It's fine." They're now in jail. One of them's gonna die from like the slightest cold. The other one's gonna get beaten to death in some kind of prison riot
If you're trying to find
that he started.
If you're trying to find a safe place to take us, I assume I would point towards Nevos, which is my homeland, as it is a fairly quiet Asari planet, I think.
I like quiet.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not the main one.
Sure. So, oh yeah, because
Cities
it's not a
enough that we
theme.
could buy things.
I believe a theme is the name of the home. Is the name of the
yeah,
home
yeah,
world.
it's not the home one. But it would have cities so that we could buy stuff, and maybe sort things out. But also, it's a garden planet, so we can hide in a jungle.
What's the name of your
Jungle
home
people.
world?
Nevos.
Nevos.
Nevos. Spelling may vary.
I actually am not seeing that. I'm
It's on
curious.
the wiki because I looked it up.
I
might-
believe you. I'm just looking at in the Athena Nebula. There are 5 systems.
I guess it might not be in the Athena Nebula.
So it's let me check it out really quickly because now I'm not curious. I'm curious what that is. So Tevos? No, Nevos. Here we go. It is in the Cillian Nebula. First discovered by the Asari in 430 CE. It is a vibrant garden world, thriving.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but where is the getting there? Because where is the place?
the
It's more
Cillian
important.
Nebula. So instead of going to the Athena Nebula, which is like north east, it actually would have been more or less like straight east for the.
Sure.
So that's funny. It's actually
if it's just the same distance, then sure.
it literally is like we're talking. Even if you were doing light years, measuring almost the same distance according to at least my map, right? So it's actually a super comfortable planet for you guys. I'm actually checking out the system.
That's why I suggested it.
Yeah, no, it's actually it's nice. It's quite nice.
nice.
Cillian Nebula.
Sorry, only settle planets where they can relax.
It's a home
I'm gonna
cluster.
tell.
Oh,
no-
this is the home cluster of the L core. This is actually where the L core come
Oh.
from.
That's
Yeah.
good. There's
Yeah.
never any trouble with the L core.
No.
Fine.
Yeah. So this is actually the home cluster of the Nell core. This is where their home. This is just not their home world, obviously. You guys took one of their home cluster planets. Good job, meanies. So no. So you go and you take the. You make your way to your garden world, and honestly, I don't know how often has Cattle ever been to an Asari world before. Sure, Asari colonies, but an Asari world, Rick.
Probably in his time of getting around.
It's gorgeous. Every building is like a work of art. Everything is, well, of course, designed to be functional, is designed to be beauty over function. So the cities are stretching. They're not like obnoxiously built too close together. So pretty much anywhere you are, you can see a skyscape. You can breathe the fresh air. There's a lot of like nature growing in where everything else is. There's like trees and life, there's life and whatnot growing around. It's a place of peace. Everybody walks around comfortably in elegant clothing and so on and so forth. It's a beautiful world to land in. Of course, an approaching Taurian vessel is a Taurian war vessel is one of those like, who are you? And you are able to give in your information, and it's one of those. You actually, when you go to land, do you just want to go land because it's your home world, or do you want to land as I am an Asari huntress?
I'm a Asari huntress, but also knowing Nevos, I would land in not one of the main cities because it's such a there's even places where we could land and just I am an Asari huntress and that'll be it, and maybe like a couple of credits somewhere because it's like Asari shady where it's still nice but it's just less political.
That's what I'm saying. So because of the fact that you're announcing that you're an Asari huntress and kind of landing in that direction, you just need to do me a favor and roll me a connect check, and you can do intelligence or charisma on this one.
Hey, guess what? Which one I'm going to use?
Strength.
Cattle will follow your lead on this because Asari world, Asari huntress.
Oh.
You rolled well. So they more or less direct you to a hangar that's underground. It's one of the hangars that your ship won't be able to be scanned from orbit or even flying around. orbit or outside of orbit. They won't be able to find you. It's very much like okay, this is where you go when like you're hiding in plain sight for the most part, but still fucking hiding. You know what I mean? So you land your ship, like I said, inside there, and you're able to step out. There's a few questions for you, but once you kind of like announce who your handler is, that she's aware of the situation, that she can be contacted, they leave things alone, and they do contact her so she can speak with you. But again, that's going to happen in time. It doesn't need to be immediate. Tremi, as soon as you guys kind of land and the vessel lands beautifully, she's kind of like, oh, I love flying this thing. All right, so is there a place to gamble around here?
You'll be able to find one, yes.
Okay, while I'm there, since we're in a Sorry Huntress place, should I try to go and scoop up a few people to murder Winnie's way out?
I have an idea about that. This
Pray tell.
is the... If you're an Asari who dislikes the way Asari are running things, this is where you'll be. There are large political organizations here who are against the Citadel, and very well be inclined to assist in their escape. Of course, they are literal terrorists, but still, they may be able to be a valuable ally in this situation.
Takes one to know one, doesn't it, Andre? Cattle
I am
just
not-
winks.
I'm not a terrorist. But the reputation will be able to get me a arm in the door. So I'm going to need to print off some files.
I mean, we might not be terrorists yet, but we are literally preparing to blow up a planet's base. You know, we might as well be.
I suppose.
Yeah, but is it terrorism if you're just destroying, humans?
It's not terrorism because we're the good
Well,
guys.
Yeah.
They'll say it is, and humans.
Well, it's not
yell
terrorism because
extremely
it's
loudly.
not political. This is merely.
Well, they'll make it
Okay.
political.
We've already talked about the horrible ramifications of when this happened, and Scott has probably devious plans for them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's my plan, but I think immediately we would just. I would say, Tremi, just enjoy yourself and don't cause trouble.
I think I can do that. And she's going to head out, checking her gun before she checking her sidearm as she walks out the door, making sure it's loaded and everything's good to go. All right. So honestly, I'm good with that right now because next session we will actually be able to pick up and play Winnie and Crax's processing, the questions that they go through, because enough hours have passed on this side. Yeah, it's what you guys experience on your side, and then what you guys do over here to get them back out and whatnot. But all the
Scott
while,
clearly didn't expect this whole thing to happen, so he needs a week to plan.
oh, I don't need a week to plan necessarily. But honestly, it's kind of because you need to do this with these people. But this is nothing that Cattle needs to do. Cattle can continue pushing forward the primary plot at the same time. So
I still haven't figured out what kind of data we pulled off of Rockwell this entire
true.
session.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's
haven't had
kind of
time.
important. Yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
I mean, I was working on that.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I temporarily helped Winnie with something.
That's right, because you haven't had. So that's literally what you're gonna do is actually. Why don't you do me a favor? Because you're going to do that because she's going to be handling the Asari here. We're going to be handling them back on the Citadel afterwards. It's funny playing a game where the party is light years away from each other.
I'm just saying, Cattle is absolutely coming to every talk meeting. He talks, and she knows it. He's not being left alone.
Never mind.
He's helping.
Then you are
I'm
not
glad
working
that
on that
one
yet.
person in this party respects that.
We're not split. We're a couple.
Okay, then there is no finishing that up
I'll
yet.
be in charge.
All right, cool, awesome. So then we'll just do that next session. We'll take care of pushing all this stuff forward. That way we can have a bit of a break.
The downtime, I'm sure, to work that out.
Cool. Well, I will. I'll see you all in about an hour and a half when we go live on twitch.tv/Alderant for the Yavaskir show. So without further ado, Rick, who are you? How can we find you?
Hi, my name is Rick. I do things on the YouTubes and the Twitches, although that's currently kind of on hold because dying relative, it's not great. I tend to go there every Sunday now. We celebrated his 81st birthday. We had to drag him there, kicking and screaming, metaphorically, but we celebrated it. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, videos and all that stuff are kind of on a pause. It'll happen again eventually when I feel better and when my sleep schedule lines up again with being able to record that sort of thing. I try to stream on Mondays at 7 GMT. So if you want to drop a follow, twitch.tv/derpdigital, and then you can watch me play some Layer Billions at some point.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And of course, much love to the family and whatnot. But Ollie, who are you? How can we find you?
Ollie, when I'm not here being a terrorist, I'm on the Friday show being a terrorist, and on the Wednesday, in an hour and a half, we're going to be doing my D&D game with Scott and Aaron, where they're not currently terrorists.
Not yet.
But it might happen. If anything, right now, they're the people like dealing with terrorists. Oh, and the terrorists are like necromancers and shit. You know, just casual D&D.
We're definitely on the list somewhere.
But other than that, I do art streams on Tuesdays and Fridays at the moment. Although off-stream work has been kind of hectic, so do check Discord to see if those streams are actually on or not. And on Sunday, I am playing a nice little game by the name of Okami. Although I have an old-timey microphone because this mic does not work on Sundays anymore. So I need to get a new mic, which should be ready by the Sunday stream. We'll see.
Thank you. And Frank, who are you?
Hi, I'm Control Op Frank, also known as Crackstrag, also known as the real captain of the ship. You can find
You're
me
not even
at-
prisoner.
You're far away from the ship right now.
That doesn't mean I'm not the captain.
I am the captain now.
You know, I'm the real voice of the party. Let's just be honest here. You can find me at Control Op Frank on Twitch, Twitter, and that's about it. Getting back in, I can't speak. Getting back in, I'm going to be getting back into streaming soon, so watch out for that. Going to play Banner Saga soon, but not during Yogosphere because that would be rude.
Didn't you say this exact same thing last week?
Yes, and then Tiv invited me to play 7 Days to Die,
Huh.
and I got very sidetracked.
It was funny because I jumped onto that multi-Twitch and there were 3 people streaming. And I was like, why do I hear Frank's voice? Somebody sounds a lot like Frank. And they're like, he's here too. And I was like,
That's because it is Frank.
oh, okay. I was like, completely threw me off. All right. And Aaron, who are you?
Hi, I'm Erin. I am resident on all things, including Twitter and Discord, which I'm super active in on the False Pretense one. And I play with Ollie and Scott on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I cause trouble in their games. And that's what I do.
Actually, no.
Got it.
Amelia is the most sensible
Amelia
person
doesn't cause trouble now.
in the show in an hour and a half.
The problem was there were too many people causing trouble in that game already.
Yeah, so you've gone on being. She's like a politician, and it's causing sensibleness. Although it's almost like there's too many things going. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, and I'm Delric. You can find me in all the places at Delric. Just Google it. And what was I saying? Scroll down, click on the Discord. That's what I was thinking to say. Just click on the Discord button if you want to join the chatter in between the various sessions and whatnot. At the moment, I'm trying to do a little bit of a push to get to the 1,000 subs over on YouTube. So if you know somebody that would be interested, totally tell them to check it out because I have until February 20th before the rules change on YouTube, and I just try to stay ahead of that one little step before it happens. So I don't know. We'll see. Otherwise, I will catch y'all later. Bye.
Man, I can't wait for Crex's debriefing.